Okay, with me from Vienna in Austria is one of the former top leaders of Lyoness that has achieved the career level 8. He's also a President Club member with over 250,000 members in his Lyoness network, and also had one of the largest networks in the United States. And it's a very great honour to welcome Silvio Spangl and have the opportunity to speak with you, Silvio, and it certainly is a pleasure to have that opportunity. So I guess a really good place to start would be your background and how you got involved with Lyoness and currently where you see Lyoness, particularly in the United States.
Thank you, Craig. I'm really honored to talk with you and share some experiences, so we can go on.
Okay, so when you started Lyoness in the United States, in what fashion was Lyoness sold to consumers and small and medium-sized enterprises?
Well, before I just jump into this topic, I just would like to say something really important that people understand my background. And this is that Lyoness or Lyconet was my first and only network marketing company. So I'm not coming from network marketing background with I don't know how many years of experience. I was in totally different business area, and I fell in love with this concept, with fundamental concept of shopping, cashback, and so on and so on. And I had no clue actually what I'm doing or what is to do. I didn't receive too much help. And the whole system, as you probably know, was pretty confusing at the beginning for anybody who got in touch with this. I don't think anybody understood it very soon what's going on. But the idea of getting a piece of every transaction worldwide, how the vision was looking like, was very intriguing. So yes, in February 2010, I started with this project. I still had my other business going on, and in 2012 I sold the other business, and since beginning of 2012 this was my one and only. So basically I had a Lyoness Lyconet in my blood. I got crazy idea to go to America. I never have been in America before September 2011. I met some guys at my first leader seminar in Austria, after having a little success in Finland, opening Lyoness Finland that time. I spent 10 months over there to open Finland. And then a few months later, I decided, let's go to America. I never been in America before. So I'm still greenhorn in the business. I have never been in America. I knew America from, news, Western movies, and Baywatch. So not too much information or not any experience about America. And as I said, September 2011, there was Lyoness America since I think 2009, with what I realized later, with a lot of costs because of the office in Empire State Building. There were few members spread all over US. Nobody actually knew what is to do. And I started basically from scratch. Again, in my mind, the whole vision, the whole concept was brilliant. I still think that the shopping concept is brilliant. It just executed in not a very good way, but it was sold as a big vision, yes, that we will share the shopping volume around the world from hundreds of millions or 1 billion customers. But of course, through premium membership that time. And premium membership meant $3,000 down payment in this time. Later on, 3,600, where 600 was for shopping, 3,000 down payment. And this all together went into these units in different balance programs, national, continental, worldwide, whatever. And people were paying in because they were seeing vision. They were excited. Uh, there was a movement. There was momentum. Everybody was believing in this. It was sold from the corporate side really good. Even the corporate was the whole organization was kind of a disaster, pretty disorganized in US because it was new and nobody actually had experience how to manage it. So yes, it was sold as a big vision. People were believing, they were paying, and the business was running. And in the first 3 years, this I can say because at that point I still could see number of units in my balance program. So from September 2011, in the next approximately 3 years, it was over $100 million brought to the company through different down payments, different booking offers, and then later on I couldn't see it anymore because you couldn't see the number of units in the system. Uh, but it was I would say big success, big money for the company, and everything was blossoming until November 2014 when they split Cashback World, meaning customers and marketers in Cashback World and Lyconet. And this was first huge drop down in the business.
Right, so there was and obviously initial energy, and everybody was excited with the big vision of Lyoness launching over in the United States. So what is the current situation of Lyoness, Myworld, Lyconet? I mean, there's been so many different names, but what is the current situation, would you say, right now in the United States?
Well, after so many repeated mistakes from the corporate side, the situation is pretty. I don't know how to name it, but uh, let's say very critical. I would say critical or disastrous because I think it was never so deep down like it's right now. And again, I have been 10 years with the company. I did some things what nobody else did. I was crazy enough to stay for 9 years in America to run this business because I really wanted to make it happen. I was running it like crazy until approximately 2018 when I saw, okay, something is off, something is wrong here, because all this story about clouds became very foggy. And I was thinking, okay, why so many secrets overnight? Why is everything so hidden? You couldn't know anymore, okay, how many shares or this and that. So the last big peak in the business was June 2018. And this is something what made me really think, because in June 2018, I don't want to go into too many details, but all marketers had the possibility to exchange their down payments into e-credit or future e-credit or whatever, but this e-credit as a digital currency never came alive. So basically they exchanged cash money for air, for nothing. And I was one of the people, of course, who were pushing it because I was believing in this, because we know cryptocurrency is the future. It's already happening. And I'm thinking, okay, makes sense. Why not? In the meantime, company was growing like crazy. There were, according to Hubert, according to corporate, it grew up to, I think, 140 companies on the same roof of Myworld. Offices were popping up everywhere around the world for different things. and now in the last 12 months, everything is somehow disappearing, and many of those companies are closed down. Many don't exist. Um, there's no real leadership. People are expecting for a long time some ROI, uh, at least something. Uh, the payouts on some clouds were postponed. How they said because of COVID, but COVID was not 3 years ago. That's why I don't understand what COVID has to do with this. Um I know that several countries are shut down. Uh, so I would say in US as a huge market, one of the most important markets, of course, but very sensitive market. Market where network marketing industry started. They have a lot of possibilities, a lot of options every day. I don't know how many new companies per network marketing companies are popping up every day, but there are so many options, and Lyconet at this point is surely not one of the best options, or I would say it's not an option at all, because when you think after 11 years of Lyconet or Lyoness America, you have total of 280,000 members, which is, I would say, not something what you can be proud of.
So that's in the American market, Silvio, 280,000 members.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
entire US.
So yeah, we understand it from Lyoness's own figures that they represent there to be more than 13 million members worldwide.
Well, according to last numbers, there are 15 million members. But again, let's put aside the rest of the world. I have been mainly focused on US market. That's why I spend so much time there. But then I'm thinking, okay, the market like US with 320 or 330 million citizens, to have after 11 years only 280,000 members, thereof approximately 32,000 in my organization were marketers, which means you have then 250,000 shoppers. I mean, everybody is a shopper, of course. This is something to think about and say, okay, so the whole story went somewhere wrong, because when I compare it with some other companies, traditional companies, network marketing companies, you name it, after 11 years, they have quite a few members, customers, marketers more. Especially if we talk about cashback programs, which there are so many in US, uh, comparing to Ebates, just as example. Now, I don't want to promote some companies, but just as example, a few years ago, nobody ever heard about Ebates, and now they're making money like crazy, and they're focused only on online shopping because they knew, okay, we need our name out. Every American needs to know about eBay. And this is what I was trying to explain as well, to corporate and marketers knew it anyway. So long Americans don't know about the name, if they don't know about you, they will not use your service, your product. And cashback world is still kind of a secret in America. Nobody knows about it. And this way you cannot get a bigger number of customers.
Yes. Well, having such a large network, Silvio, with over 250,000 members in your network, there would have come a point where you would have been able to see that turnover that was coming from the loyalty program against turnover or revenue that's generated from down payment investments. So, at what point did you decide that the loyalty program wasn't going to substantiate its own success on its own true merit? At what point, did you decide that you would go public?
Well, as I said, it started in my head. This whole thinking about the whole business started in 2018, where I said, okay, this whole thing somehow something is wrong, because when especially in America, and America is very sensitive in terms of regulations of network marketing business, and Lyconet is a network marketing company, obviously. Uh, I started thinking, okay, the only security this company has is a shopping volume, which means without shopping volume, this company is a clear pyramid. Um, so when you think, okay, there are hundreds of millions of dollars in down payments, discount vouchers, or however you call it, a duck is a duck, it's not a donkey. And the regulators are seeing it as investment. It doesn't matter how you call it. Uh, so when you think, okay, this is a huge volume in investment. On the other side, when you look how much is a shopping volume, and this was presented at several events, the average shopping volume per customer monthly in different countries, and we have seen this is in general in America especially low, but in other countries as well not much better. Reason for this, because the shopping possibilities are not so big, especially for Americans. It was too complicated. Um, it was not so easy. You had to teach customers how to shop, which makes not much sense. The shopping is something that's happening naturally, and it should go like in no time. Um, Cashback is attractive always, but again, it has to be simple, easy, and fast. And coming back to the topic, the shopping volume was so extremely low that from a security point of view for our business, uh, it was just a question of time when this will crash. Because if somebody would look in the books and say, okay, so much investment, so much shopping volume, okay, how much money people received back through shopping, this would be in such a how you say this uh, such a huge difference, and this should be at least 50-50 to be somehow safe in the business, and this is far away from 50-50. Other countries, same. I was talking because I had good relationship always with corporate people as well, with managing directors, and in one Italy, which is shut down since January, what I heard, and still not open. At least Lyconet is shut down, uh, which was always number one with most merchants, with most marketers. I think they had, or they have, approximately 2 million members. In Italy, still the shopping volume per customer monthly was less than 100 euros. And this is a very critical number.
Yes. But we're seeing in numerous countries now where the authorities have taken action against Lyoness. And I was, of course, the first managing director of Lyoness in Australia. And in 2015, the Australian Consumer Competition Commission commenced action against Lyoness on very serious allegations that Lyoness was a pyramid scheme and also engaged in referral selling. That case was unsuccessful, but following the Australian government, we then saw the Norwegian Gaming Authority declared Lyoness to be a pyramid scheme. Then we saw the Italian Antitrust Authority impose a 3.2 million euro penalty upon Lyoness for operating a pyramid scheme. Then we saw action in Poland. Then we saw a judgment in Switzerland. We've received court documents in respect to the market of Turkey, and only in the last few weeks we saw the sentencing in the Supreme Court in Austria, where Lyoness has also been sentenced there as a pyramid scheme. One thing that I guess is a good thing about that is that the authorities are taking action against recalcitrant companies that are not doing the right thing by consumers. There are literally thousands of members around the world now that have lodged claims against Lyoness through the services of VE Conflikt Management in order to reclaim money back. And a lot of those members have already successfully been able to reclaim money back. I know that Conflikt Management has successfully paid out more than $1 million so far to Lyoness members from numerous countries around the world. As it stands right now, VE Conflikt Management Incorporated is planning a major coordinated strike against Lyoness. Do you support this?
Well, let's put it this way. I'm not a legal expert, and I don't want to dance on something where I'm not expert. Uh, I'm sure regulators are doing their job with the help of VE Conflikt, obviously, which is helping many members around the world. Uh, for sure, I wouldn't be on this interview with you, Craig, if I wouldn't support it. I'm not emotional about it. I'm not. My goal is not to just purposely destroy somebody or something. I'm not this type. I don't care. Eventually, for me, is one thing important, and these are people. As always, this is always how I was operating. I was fighting through the business for people through these years, and many know it. Uh, for me, it's important that people know the facts, what's really happening, because obviously through my ex upline, they are not getting correct informations, and they're still trying to lead them into putting more money in, uh, which never can pay out anything. And I can explain it to anybody. I don't want to go into details now, but I think every single market around the world should know what's going on, and at least have an option to think, okay, what I'm going to do. Am I going to ask for money back, or I still believe in this vision? For me, it works or it doesn't work. So everybody should have freedom of choice based on facts. And this is my goal, to at least help people if they need help, and help people to get correct information and eventually get money back if they want it.
Excellent. Silvio, I really commend you on coming forward and being part of this interview with me, because this is an industry that at the outset, at the forefront, we're talking about mums and dads and young people, and in Lyoness's case, small and medium-sized enterprises that make that decision to trust somebody else's company, in this case, Hubert Freidel's company, and start building a network marketing business with the view to do something positive. And you have over 250,000 people that have followed you into the scheme. And I think it's commendable that you're putting in the effort to help those members reclaim money back, because promises haven't been met. I mean, I have the same situation here in Australia where a lot of promises that have been made haven't been met. And it is a good thing to see a leader, that's willing to do something good for the people that have followed you into a network. At the end of the day, the success in network marketing is built upon credibility, and people follow your decisions. So, based upon now what you know, what would your advice be to members in the United States and elsewhere around the world that are involved with Lyoness?
Well, as I said, they should, if nothing else, they should research, because every story always has two sides or more sides in every business, in every case. So they should get enough information, research a little bit, think about what they want to do, if this is still something they want to go forward, or they will say, look, I think this is the end, and I want my money back. So they should at least get correct information. So of course, uh, time is a very important factor, and for everybody who wants money back before something bigger happens, and what I heard, something bigger is coming. um, Obviously it's better to claim their money back sooner rather than later, because then it could be too late. Um, we all operate based on our belief system, and I was believing in this company, in the vision, in everything. Obviously, I did the best I knew and I could. Uh, but at some point, I started doubting, and I'm really not the type who gives up very easy. Because you can imagine, I started from basically nothing, with zero knowledge about company, about the network marketing, about anything, and I came relatively far in this business, which many people out there are dreaming about. But sometimes, we jump into something, we have no clue where did we jump, and then later on we realize, okay, uh, idea was good, but execution was not the best. So we need to pull back and change direction, and be open to some other options. So yes, every marketer should think about, do they want to move on, or what is their next step.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it's been a great honour to have this opportunity to speak with you, and I'm sure that every member around the world that has the opportunity to watch this particular interview will appreciate your knowledge and input, particularly from you being a career level 8, achieving the President Club level, and having such a large network of over 250,000 members. I think that absolutely speaks volume. Also, I'd like to congratulate all the members that have successfully been able to reclaim money back from Lyoness. I think that Ben Ecker and his staff at BE Conflikt Management are doing an outstanding job. They have become the premier company now that is representing thousands of Lyoness members from many countries around the world, totaling many millions of dollars. And they work extremely long hours, relentlessly applying pressure against Lyoness in order to successfully reclaim money back for the members. So once again, Silvio, thank you for your time. It's an absolute pleasure, and we look forward to achieving successful settlements for those that are trusting the services of BE Conflikt Management.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Craig. I just want to add one little thing. I don't like to put myself on the pedestal. Um, it's nice to hear 250,000 members. There are much bigger organizations than mine, but it was still success. But it was not my success. I was just a little thing in this whole story. I have to say a big thanks to my entire organization, people who were putting a lot of work, effort, time, and eventually a lot of money in the program, in the company. And I'm sure they will make wise decision and follow advice of the conflict management.